Greetings from beautiful people, masters and leaders here speaking is the importance right now is Iran, which spent the night calm and only gave 11 shots, right? Iran has returned to the illegitimate state and attacked Beersheba, Eilat, and an obscure point on the border of the illegitimate state of occupied Palestine. They attacked Raifa, the whole region of Anger, and they attacked the central part of the country. Let me explain two things. First, important, Beersheba is a target because many of the illegitimate state's military, intelligence, torture, surveillance facilities are in Beersheba. So Beersheba is an important target. He had a target to finish destroying the harbor. The dark spot along occupied Palestine's border with Egypt is probably a defense institution or barracks. Weaken the border of occupied Palestine with Egypt. Egypt has 1,000 soldiers. And I always said, when Egyptian troops enter Israel, it will be at the Sinai border with the Negev. When Egyptian troops enter Israel, it will not be by home, it will be the name of the Sinai border with the Negev. So I guess it's about there, right? But what I really want to say, the most important point, and I have to say it quickly, is I have to eat something. It's the Lord in the center. Probably the security facility and critical infrastructure. But if you notice, most of the Iranian attacks on the illegitimate state have been in Raifa or the north. Galilee is Golan. Why have most of the Iranian attacks been in the north? Why have they focused on Anger and not Tel Aviv? Visibly, good morning, comrade. There is almost no attack. AA cut, which they call Jerusalem. The attacks in Tel Aviv are those that have no way. The government installation, defense, such media. But why this concentration of attacks in Raifa? Why this concentration of attacks on people? Let me open my Google Earth here. That I'm going to tell you a little story because that attacks have focused on Anger. It's quick. It'll be worth it. It'll help us clarify a lot of things. We're going to open Google EFE. Then we'll see a little business here. What do I want to tell you? It is the distance that separates Anger from the border with Lebanon. You guys don't get it, do you? What do I mean that separates Anger from the border with Lebanon? The distance that separates Raifa from the border with Lebanon is 31 kilometers. By land, it should be another 35. Let me see how far it goes by land. 19, 39, 40 kilometers by land. It is the distance that separates Anger from Lebanon. I need to remind you who is in Lebanon. I need to remind you of 150,000 men who in the middle of the end of the vampire ball are ready to roll. If you don't understand, the vampire ball is coming to an end. Who will dance the requiem? Who's going to dance the hacking, Who's going to dance the hacking? I know the rhythm is rolling. Because Iran is 900 kilometers from Israel, Lebanon borders. Lebanon is 40 kilometers from Anger. So many things that Iran cannot do because of the great distance, many songs that Iran cannot dance to. You can roll, if you know what I mean by that. The Persians are concentrated in the north, in Riva, in Galilee, in the Golan. Therefore, they are going down the rubber much more in the north than in the very screen lives and then in the very south. Good morning, comrades. That's the reason. The people who are going to roll are not sleeping. The people who are going to roll are getting ready. What are you guessing for? Let's think here quickly, because this is a short video. Let's think here quickly. Think calmly. Why is Egypt not doing anything? Because rats have to run somewhere. Why did Iran attack a barracks right on occupied Palestine's border with Egypt? Because the cats are going to have to get in somewhere. Why has Iranian artillery been focused so much on the north? Exactly. Because the dance will be to the rhythm of the roll. The dance will be to the rhythm of the roll. The state of Israel did what it did. Thinking he'd get regime change in Iran. Only Iran is preparing a population shift in Palestine. It has opened a corridor for rats, which is why the al-Sisi seems so hesitant. Al-Sisi is not staggering. He has an inglorious role, but he has a corridor for Raparata to escape, and so the Persians are attacking preferentially. In a harsh, merciless way, the north, because it is through the north that the people who are going to roll will enter. It's the north where the Rebelar arrives at the ball. To the north, the targets in Beersheba are tactical, all of them. The targets in central Israel are tactical. All the grids, energy infrastructure, petrochemicals and such, right? She lives too. The targets are also all tactical. Now, it's not that anger isn't. It is not that Galilee is not. It is not that the radar and defense stations of Golan are not. But why do you need to destroy all the installations in the Golan so badly? Because it needs to be all the facilities of Grilea, all the facilities of anger, of defense. Guess what, guys? Under what circumstance do you not want rats to be able to defend themselves? It's the one in which you plan the invasion of the nest. You can't, but your steps will call proxies, and they can. Yes, they can. So they are preparing land inflation in everyone's face. Everyone is discussing surrender, a color of peace, blah, 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 blah. Look, I don't know the plans of the United States. No, it looks like they don't even have one. I don't even know if it has the capacity to pool a national plan, but Iran clearly has a plan. And he's running. I'm not going to say it's going to work. No, I'm not going to say he's going to be taken to the end, but it is clear that Iran has a plan. It is clear that Iran has a plan and it is being put to execution. That's it. Have a great day. It was.